welcome to another video, welcome to another vlog, and welcome to the first of my series knockout vlogs. I am both incredibly excited and incredibly nervous about this vlog. So the way that this is going to work, I have got here a jar that is full of series. There are the 33, I think, series that I'm currently reading in here. Plus about 20 series that I have not started reading, but I own all of the books to them. I'll be honest, I've included all of them mainly because it really annoys me that I own so many completed series that I have not started reading. And because I own the full series, I'm like, well, I can't unhaul this series even if I don't think I'm going to like it anymore because I haven't started reading it and I own the whole series. So I need to start reading it, but I don't think I'm going to like it. It's a whole thing, guys. It's a whole thing. So with series knockout, my plan is I will pick a series from the jar every month, and I will then read that series. I might be able to hopefully finish the series. At the very least, I'll be able to make some progress in the series. Or if it's a new series, I'll be able to start it. So again, kind of making some progress. I am nervous because I've got quite a lot that I need to read. I'm halfway through House of Earth and Blood at the moment. I need to read the next Joe Abercrombie book, which I know will not be in here because I haven't put in Joe Abercrombie or Wheel of Time in this jar because they're read-alongs. I'm like reading them like regularly through the year anyway, so I don't need to like binge read them over a week. So I know I've got a couple of big books that I need to be reading this week. What would be great is if it gives me, I don't know, something like Heartstopper or Saga, or even like a middle grade where I've got one book left in the series. That would be fantastic. If I pull out Wob and Hob, she's going straight back in. I'm sorry, I don't have the mental capacity to read Wob and Hob this week. So without too much more dithering, I'm giving this jar a really good shake. Let's see what we're going to read for the first week of series knockout. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get that one. I've got one. I think I've got one. I've got one. This one. 13 Treasures. Okay, that is a series I have not started. Okay, the 13 Treasures series by Michelle Harrison is a middle grade trilogy. I don't actually know very much about this series, but I really love Michelle Harrison's Pinch of Magic series, which is why I picked up this series. I found all three in a charity shop. They were, what, $1.50 each, which is why I own all three books. I think I had bought book one on Kindle, but again, for $1.50 each, I bought the full series. So book one is 13 Treasures. I should really take off the sticker. And I'm just going to read out the synopsis. Tanya has a secret. She can see fairies. But not the fairies we imagine. These fairies cast spells on her, rousing her from her sleep and propelling her out of bed. Disturbed by her daughter's behaviour, Tanya's mother sends her away to live with her grandmother at Elveston Manor, a secluded countryside mansion on the outskirts of town. There, an old photograph leads Tanya to an unsolved mystery. 50 years ago, a girl vanished in the woods, a girl Tanya's grandmother will not speak of. Tanya is determined to find the truth, but as she unearths more secrets, she finds herself dangerously close to following in the missing girl's footsteps. It sounds like it's going to be really cute. I do really enjoy Michelle Harrison's writing. But quite honestly, I'm a little bit nervous because it's a new series. So we're going to start off with 13 Treasures. Now, ideally, I would continue reading. I'd binge read as much of the series as I could this week. Realistically, like I said, because I have got other big chunky fantasies that I need to be reading, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to read more than one book, but even so, I will at least have started and made, you know, one book's worth of progress. So we will see how I get on. And And yeah, I will check back in with you once I've started reading 13 Treasures. Hello. So thought I should probably get started on my series vlog here. Last night I started reading 13 Treasures. I'm only like one chapter in. I'm on page 18. I really love Michelle Harrison's writing. I really love the Pinch of Magic series. It is one of my favourite series, regardless, like definitely one of my favourite middle grade series, but a favourite series anyway. So I do have very high hopes for 13 Treasures. This is Michelle Harrison's first series, I believe. She wrote these before she wrote Pinch of Magic. I don't know if it's like her debut or what, but I know that it was before she wrote Pinch of Magic anyway. I've only read the prologue and chapter 1, but colour me intrigued. So the prologue, honestly, I felt like by the time I was at the end of the prologue, and prologue's only like 2 pages, but I was like, this could go into like adult horror, this could go into, you know, like this doesn't read middle grade, this is such an element of creep. So far, in the prologue, Tanya is at her grandmother's house, and she knows that at her grandmother's house there's lots of secret passages. But she hadn't realised that actually people could be using the secret passages to get into her grandmother's house. That is until a bookcase in the library spins around and there is a girl there holding a baby. The baby's face sort of shifts into like a creepy monster. And the girl says, you can see them too. And Tanya realises that she has found somebody else who can see fairies. We then go to chapter 1, which is, I think, slightly previous in time. Tanya is in her bed and she is woken up in the middle of the night by being like lifted out of her bed. She's floating on the ceiling and it's the fairies that have come again for her. She had written about them she can see the fairies obviously, she'd written about them in her diary, and they are punishing her because she is not allowed to tell anybody that the fairies exist. So she then basically agrees she's not going to tell anyone, blah blah blah. And they let her down. Again, she's been floating on the ceiling, so she grabs for the first thing she can, which is her overhead light, which pulls down half the ceiling. Her mum comes in and is pretty much just at the end of her tether. Her mum's just like, I can't do this anymore. You've literally just wrecked your bedroom. You've pulled down the ceiling. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Obviously didn't swear, it's a middle grade. So I think that's where we're at so far. Her mum is kind of like exhausted with her. She doesn't know what else to do with her. And we know from the synopsis on the back that her mum is going to send her to live with her grandmother. I am so intrigued to carry on reading. And honestly, I have got such a busy reading week this week. So I'm going to get 13 Treasures read, and I would love to be able to binge the whole series, but I've got a couple of other books that I need to read before next weekend. One is Red Country for book club, the other one is God Killer for work, and I believe as well I've got another book coming for work that I will need to probably get read within the next week as well. So I feel like I might not be able to binge the whole series like I would really like to, assuming that the book continues how it's going. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Hello. And hopefully, well, even if I can't read more than book 1, who knows, the pot might pull it out again for me later this year. And obviously I can continue it whenever I need to. Anyway, that's my kind of check-in and thoughts so far. I've got a Bracken's nose right next to me, as you can tell. I have taken down the Christmas decorations, done like a mini clean, like I've tidied and cleaned upstairs. Haven't got the energy to tidy and clean down here just yet, but I might get to it, I might not, we'll see. But I'm going to then spend this afternoon, I plan on trying to get a good chunk read. So I've split, so like I said, I'm currently reading Red Country by J.R. Abercrombie. I've split that into like 50-page chunks so that if I read those 50 pages a day, I'm reading that one for the Catch Up Book Club hosted by Becca at Becca and the Books, and the live show is next Sunday. Today's Saturday. So if I read 50 pages a day, I will have it done by next Sunday. However, I am away all day Friday and Saturday, so I would like to get ahead ideally, but I also would like to try and binge read 13 Treasures today, and then I think I would like to pick up God Killer next, just because the event I'm running next weekend, we're going to be interviewing Hannah Kana and also Sarah Larifi. I've read Feybound, but I would like to read God Killer before interviewing the author. So that is my sort of update. Stop it. Thank you. I'm going to... I don't really know what I'm going to do. I make myself something to eat and start reading. I will check back in with you when... This book's about 300 pages, I think. Yeah, so it's about... I can move your nose. It's about 300 pages. I will do a check-in at about the 100-page mark, and apparently I'm just going to be photobombed or camera bombed by a dog. I'll check in at about 100 pages and we'll update you with my thoughts then. Do you mind? Thank you. Yes, you're a naughty, naughty girl, aren't you? Dogs. Good have them. Right, catch up here. Hello, I thought I would do a first check-in with 13 Treasures. It is Sunday night at the moment. I'm up to the page 100 mark, so I'm about a third of the way through. This book is dark. I'm really enjoying it. So we're following Tanya, who can see fairies, and she has been sent to live with her grandmother. And she doesn't really get on with her grandmother anyway, but also her grandmother's house is like full of fairies. Her grandmother lives in this like really old mansion, and there is 3 generations of like the housekeeper, gamekeeper, Fabian, who is Tanya's age, Warwick, his father, and Amos, his grandfather. So far, Fabian and Tanya have gone into town, and Tanya has been given a compass by an old lady. We don't know what it is or like who she is. We think that she is the witch that lives in the woods, who has the second sight. They then went into the forest where they're not allowed to go, and they got lost. And Fabian they've then been exploring in the house, and they found a kind of deserted nursery room. And then they have also, Fabian has now told Tanya some like stories of the house. They found like the original owner's bedroom, which had all been like boarded up. And he told Tanya how the original lady of the house was interested in like herb and like herb law and like natural medicine and stuff. This is like back in the day. Her husband thought that she could be accused of being a witch, so tried to stop her. She refused to kind of stop researching into like the different kind of herb law. So her husband put her in an insane asylum where she hung herself, and she died at aged 23. Which is where I'm up to now. Like, that is just what's happened. Like I said, it's dark, but I'm really liking it. I can see this is going to be a really interesting story, and I think it's going to develop. I think it's going to really develop a lot. I don't really know where the plot is going to go, but I am excited for it. It's Sunday night now. I'd say I've had quite a busy weekend, even though I haven't like done anything this weekend, but I have like done like a clean on everything in the house. I've basically done lots of like kind of like home stuff. So, like done a deep clean, gone through all of like the food cupboards and the freezer and made sure that like I've got rid of anything that's out of date, done like a meal prep for the week. So I've done all of those things, and it's meant that I haven't read a lot. So because I know I've got quite a lot on next weekend, I know that I'm not going to get very much read then, which means that this one, the live show for Red Country, is next Sunday. So I need to get this one finished ideally by Friday, really, at the latest. I could read some of it on Sunday, but if I read the 50 pages a day that I've got broken down to, I can get it done. But with 13 Treasures, I want to get this one finished within the next couple of days, just because I need to get that vlog up on Sunday. Because I am away for so long, I'd ideally want to get the editing done probably on Thursday, to be honest. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I would like to try and get this one finished by Wednesday. I'm not going to be able to read anything more in the series just because I'm not going to have the time, purely because I've got other things that I need to get read, and I've got a whole weekend where I'm not going to get any reading done. Anyway, like I said, I'm really intrigued. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm glad that I've picked this one up because I haven't really been reading a huge amount of middle grade recently. So like I classed all of the Percy Jackson books as middle grade. So that was like 10 books that were middle grade. But other than that, I think I read a total of maybe like 15 middle grade books. I maybe read like 5 aside from Percy Jackson middle grade books last year. And I really do enjoy middle grade, so I am excited that I'm getting to this one. It's one of those where without it coming out of the jar, I don't know when I would have picked up this series. So I'm really excited that I've been kind of like forced to start it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's really, really good. I don't think I've got actually anything else to say. So it's 9:30. I might actually go to bed, have an early night, and I might read a little bit more. Good night. Hello, I'm going to just jump in and do an update of 13 Treasures. So I'm at the 200 page-ish mark now. I'm really, really enjoying this. I'm still standing by, like I said before, this book is dark. The fairies in this book are not nice at all. But I am really invested in the kind of mystery. So far, Tanya has met a girl who can also see fairies. And so they're discussing, so she said that the reason that they can see fairies is someone in their ancestry was a changeling child. So that she has got fairy blood, which is why she can see the fairies, which I love. Plus, there's also a kind of mystery around the witch in the woods. Is she who she says she is? Is there like a ghost? Is there like a murder mystery going on as well? I am like genuinely invested and really excited by this book. And I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I haven't been able to like read it any quicker and haven't been able to like get this one finished already or read more of the series. I've got about 100 pages left. I think I might binge read this one tonight and try and finish it tonight, because I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like I do just want to kind of sit down because it is middle grade. It doesn't take me a huge amount of time to read 100 pages of middle grade, maybe an hour or so, a bit longer, hour and a half maybe. Like I said, my other book that I'm still reading is Red Country, which obviously takes me a lot longer. But I've been prioritising Red Country, which has meant that then by the time I've read my 50 pages a day of Red Country, I'm kind of tired and I don't want to read anymore. But I think if I tonight prioritise 13 Treasures, I can get this one read, get this one finished tonight, and then I can finish off Red Country over the next couple of days. But I'm really enjoying it, really, really good. I'm really glad that I have picked this one up. It is still kind of cementing my idea that Michelle Harrison is an incredible author and one of my faves. And I'm excited to read the rest of the series. I'm just disappointed with myself that I wasn't able to do that this week. Hello. It is later the same day. It's actually like 10:30 at night. But I have finished reading 13 Treasures. This book is fantastic. Like, why is no one else speaking about this series? It's so, so good. I really loved it. I'm really glad I've started this series. I am gutted that I don't have the time to read more in this series, but it is so good. Yeah. So my battery died. I don't know how much of that recorded. But basically, yeah, I've just finished reading this book. It's incredible. Please can you just hold me accountable and make sure that I continue this series, because it's fantastic. The ending, like, I mean, I kind of guessed what was going to happen, but it's a middle grade, so I'm not mad about that. I am a grown adult reading middle grade. I am not an 8-year-old child, so of course I'm going to kind of like guess some of the twists and turns. But still, part of the ending, I was like, had me shocked. I was so involved. I was so rooting for these characters. Honestly, it's fantastic. If you like middle grade, if you like adventures, give this series a read. If you're already a fan of Michelle Harrison's other books, if you like things like Jamie Littler's Frost Heart series, I'm looking at my middle grade shelves and seeing what else there is that's kind of similar. I would say Rick Riordan as well, just because the stakes are so high. This, yeah, 13 Treasures is fantastic. It's fantastic. What more can I say? It's brilliant. So in terms of this being my first series knockout vlog, I'm really happy that I have now started this series, because it's clearly a series that I'm really enjoying. So I'm happy that I have started it. I am disappointed with myself that I wasn't able to read more of this series. You know, ideally I'd have like just smashed out all 3 books in a week, done, which honestly like is doable. It's just that I've been reading a big hefty chunky fantasy as well, and I keep on feeling like I'm really behind with my reading. I'm not. It's the 10th of the month. I've read 2 books. Like, yes, that's slightly slower than normal, but it's really not a big deal anyway. Like, who am I competing against? Just myself. So yeah, I do kind of wish I had read more in the series, just because I know what I'm like with the series, especially middle grades, and I don't know when I'm going to pick it up again. Hopefully it will just now come out of my jar again and I can continue that series. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video now and just say that I really enjoyed 13 Treasures. I think that series is fantastic. I'm excited to see, you know, what happens next. And if you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below. Let me know what series you are wanting to continue this year, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.